All right, so we've graphed these different rotations, some of them using patty paper, some of them using right triangles, lots of different things, but there are some shortcuts. There's coordinate rules that we can use. So let's take a look and see if we can recognize those. So our original vertices of this one were 2, 7, and that our prime vertex of that one was -7, 2. Our original vertex was 6, 5, and our new one is -5, 6. And our original vertex was 4, and our new one is -1, 4. And remember, this one was rotating 90 degrees counterclockwise. So all of our rules we're going to use are going to be counterclockwise rules. So if you ever have to rotate clockwise, you have to think about what that actually means, going counterclockwise. So let's take a look at that rule. So we took our x and our y, and we swapped them, and then we made our new x negative. So when we're rotating 90 degrees counterclockwise, we're going to have all our xy become -yx. Right? So we take our x and our y, we switch their places, and we make the first one, our new x, negative. So that's what we did right there. Let's take a look at our 180. Originally, we had 2, 6, we had -2, -6, 6, 5, -6, -5. This one's pretty obvious. 5, 1, -5, -1, 1, 2, -1, -2. So our coordinate rule for this one, for every x, y, it becomes -x, -y. So you keep them in the same spots, but you make both of them negative. Now what happens if your original x, what if this was negative? Well, negative x means the opposite of x, right? So if you had -3, -4 here, then your new coordinate would be 3, 4. Because that's the opposite of what we had. All right, and let's look at rotating 270 degrees clockwise. We did this one here. So our original vertex was 3, 4, and we ended up with 4, -3. Then 6, 4, and we ended up with 4, -6. 8, 1, we ended up with 1, -8. And 1, -1, we ended up with, or 1, 1, we ended up with 1, -1. So you can see what we did is we traded the x and y, we switched them, switched their directions, or switched their positions, and then we made our new y negative, our second value negative. So for 270 degrees counterclockwise, we have our xy becomes y -x. Now you can memorize these, you can write them in your notes, that's whatever works for you, but these are the rules that you can use as a shortcut. Now if you ever forget them, you just go back to using things like patty paper or using right triangles or other geometric methods.